another time. Deep breath, fresh air, and a crystal sky, and a faithful guy on an open mic or with the spotlight.
I have a lot of people coming to me asking me, Andrea, what can I do to support Black-owned businesses? One of the best things is collaboration. This makes me think of simply my aunt. My aunt used to have a hair salon, and one of her favorite things to do was to support kind of other local beauticians or freelancers. And so she would always showcase their stuff in the front of her store. And so if you have a business and you're like, I really would like to partner, but I don't quite know how, collaboration. Partnering with a business that you know is Black-owned, that you know is smaller and could use the extended help, could use being introduced to a bigger audience. Such a small but important act.
Voter suppression has taken many forms.
People have been denied the right to vote for, well, now 80 years.
First, they used the poll tax to keep black folks from voting. Then, it was the literacy test, racial terrorism, and violence.
I don't want everybody to vote.
New day, same old dirty tricks.
There are those in power who are doing their darndest to discourage people from voting.
Calls for investigations after claims of voter suppression.
President Trump sabotaging efforts to vote by mail.
If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't try so hard to take it from you. Vote early. Vote like your life depends on it. I'm exercising my right to vote, and you should too. Not because I want you to, but because he doesn't.
Development of LGBTQ-focused compassionate healthcare. Keep the list below handy for quick access to general LGBTQ resources. Your local area has LGBTQ resources, even if you live in a small community or in a rural area. Seek these.
People experiencing homelessness could be hit especially hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, as the homeless population is older than California's population as a whole. Economic effects of the crisis will hit low-income Californians hardest, those who lose.
I want to ask every single American, no matter what party you normally vote for, to please, things have turned. And then think about what the next 4 years could mean for our country's future. The message we will send to our children about who we are and what we truly value. Think about what would possibly compel you to accept this level of chaos, violence, and confusion under this president and be willing to watch our country continue to spiral out of control. Because we can no longer pretend that we don't know exactly who and what this president stands for. Search your hearts and your conscience. Hearts and your conscience.
The coronavirus quarantine is a great chance to tap your musical talents. Or read a book, or bake a cake. But it's not fun and games for everyone. Lockdown can quickly become locked up for victims of domestic violence.
We know lockdowns and quarantines are essential to suppressing COVID-19, but they can trap women with abusive partners. Over the past weeks, as economic and social pressures and fear have grown, we have seen a horrifying global surge in domestic violence.
Calls to abuse hotlines and police departments are spiking around the globe.
More than 1,000 deaths for 2 days straight now. Tonight, more than 223,000 lives have been lost. A public health official breaking down today. Hospitalizations increasing in 39 states. The Midwest and West hit especially hard. ABC's Alex Perez in Chicago tonight.
Tonight, an alarming surge in coronavirus cases, more than 82,000 in just the last day, the highest number since July. Deaths topping 1,000 for 2 straight days.
When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, say something, do something, get in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble.
He was always different than every member of Congress. Everybody knew what he had done. He was John Lewis.
We're marching today to dramatize to the world that hundreds and thousands of Negro citizens denied the right to vote.
The Kennedy family did have some part, at least they expressed a concern, and they did have some part in the release. But I must make it clear that many other forces worked to bring it about all.
If it's the last thing I do, I'll make you mine. Baby, my first thought is you. You're in my design, just like the stars guard the moon above you.
Running round on a treadmill, this ain't life. Turn around like a cartwheel. No, this ain't right. No, there's gotta be more than the rat race. Gotta be more. Who said we were lost in the first place? What makes them sure? Never been here before, so I'll never be the girl that I was. See, I'll never use the past as a crutch. Seems like right now might really be all that I got. Currency right now is my dreams, my love, my art. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, yeah. With love, fear, self-doubt, and self-deprecate. With a heart on my sleeve and a dream to chase. In a world, in a wood, in another time. Deep breath, fresh air, and a crystal sky. And a faithful guy on an open mic. Or with the spotlight on and the bass up bright. Is it too much to ask for in this lifetime? Oh, I believe there's more than the city walls. I got wings so I hardly fly. Say the bird's eye view so beautiful, but you won't get there until you take flight. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, running round on a treadmill, this ain't life. Turn around like a cartwheel. No, this ain't right. No, there's gotta be more than the rat race. Gotta be more. Who said we were lost in the first place? What makes them sure that love my art? Can I live? Can I live? Right now as my dreams, my love, my art. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, yeah. Without fear, self-doubt, and self-deprecate. With a heart on my sleeve and a dream to chase. In a world, in a wood, in another time. Deep breath, fresh air, and a crystal sky. And a faithful guy on an open mic or with a
I
spotlight.
have a lot of people coming to me, asking me, Andrea, what can I do to support Black-owned businesses? One of the best things is collaboration. This makes me think of simply my aunt. My aunt used to have a hair salon, and one of her favorite things to do was to support kind of other local beauticians or freelancers. And so she would always showcase their stuff in the front of her store. And so if you have a business and you're like, I really would like to partner, but I don't quite know how, collaboration. Partnering with a business that you know is Black-owned, that you know is smaller and could use the extended help, could use being introduced to a bigger audience. Such a small but important act.
Voter suppression has taken many forms.
People have been denied the right to vote for, well, now 80 years.
First, they used the poll tax to keep black folks from voting. Then, it was the literacy test, racial terrorism, and violence.
I don't want everybody to vote.
New day, same old dirty tricks.
There are those in power who are doing their darndest to discourage people from voting.
Calls for investigations after claims of voter suppression.
President Trump sabotaging efforts to vote by mail.
If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't try so hard to take it from you. Vote early. Vote like your life depends on it. I'm exercising my right to vote, and you should too. Not because I want you to, but because he doesn't.
Your development of LGBTQ-focused compassionate healthcare. Keep the list below handy for quick access to general LGBTQ resources. Your local area has LGBTQ resources, even if you live in a small community or in a rural area. Seek these.
People experiencing homelessness could be hit especially hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, as the homeless population is older than California's population as a whole. Economic effects of the crisis will hit low-income Californians hardest, those who lose.
I want to ask every single American, no matter what party you normally vote for, to please, things have turned. And then think about what the next 4 years could mean for our country's future. The message we will send to our children about who we are and what we truly value. Think about what would possibly compel you to accept this level of chaos, violence, and confusion under this president and be willing to watch our country continue to spiral out of control. Because we can no longer pretend that we don't know exactly who and what this president stands for. Search your hearts and your conscience. Hearts and your conscience.
The coronavirus quarantine is a great chance to tap your musical talents. Or read a book, or bake a cake. But it's not fun and games for everyone. Lockdown can quickly become locked up for victims of domestic violence.
We know lockdowns and quarantines are essential to suppressing COVID-19, but they can trap women with abusive partners. Over the past weeks, as economic and social pressures and fear have grown, we have seen a horrifying global surge in domestic violence.
Calls to abuse hotlines and police departments are spiking around the globe.
More than 1,000 deaths for 2 days straight now. Tonight, more than 223,000 lives have been lost. A public health official breaking down today. Hospitalizations increasing in 39 states. The Midwest and West hit especially hard. ABC's Alex Perez in Chicago tonight.
Tonight, an alarming surge in coronavirus cases, more than 82,000 in just the last day, the highest number since July. Deaths topping 1,000 for 2 straight days.
When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, say something, do something, get in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble.
He was always different than every member of Congress. Everybody knew what he had done. He was John Lewis.
We're marching today to dramatize to the world that hundreds and thousands of Negro citizens denied the right to vote.
The Kennedy family did have some part, at least they expressed a concern, and they did have some part in the release. But I must make it clear that many other forces worked to bring it about all.
If it's the last thing I do, I'll make you mine. Baby, my first thought is you. You're in my design, just like the stars guard the moon above you.
Running round on a treadmill, this ain't life. Turn around like a cartwheel, no, this ain't right. No, there's gotta be more than the rat race, gotta be more. Who said we were lost in the first place? What makes them sure? Never been here before, so I'll never be the girl that I was. See, I'll never use the past as a crutch. Seems like right now might really be all that I got. Currency right now is my dreams, my love, my art. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, yeah. With all fear, self-doubt, and self-deprecate. With a heart on my sleeve and a dream to chase. In a world, in a wood, in another time. Deep breath, fresh air, and a crystal sky. And a faithful guy on an open mic. Go with the spotlight on and the bass up bright. Is it too much to ask for in this lifetime? Oh, I believe there's more than these city walls. I got wings so I hardly fly. Say the bird's eye view so beautiful, but you won't get there until you take flight. Can I live? Can I live? there's gotta be more than the rat race. Gotta be more. Who said we were lost in the first place? What makes them sure? Never been here before, so I'll never be the girl that I was.
They say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. They say life is what you make it. But I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. They say life is what you make it. But I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you...
Whew! They say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. Dula Mike. Thank you for the song, my brother. Denise said, who ain't cute? We got to find something that's cute for me, but it can't be. I don't want it to be too feminine.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, so
you got to wear blue.
Yeah, you know.
That's a navy blue, but this blue would work for you, this color blue. You know, a nice.
I like that blue. I love that blue. I really do. I love that blue because
actually, I was thinking as a joke, just as fun, about getting a church lady hat. Because I'm telling you, it's the church ladies making this happen. But anyway, we'll get to that too.
But you're not playing because that's what I grew up with anyway, sitting in that church with that fan, looking at grandma. I told them that's where I started.
How short that skirt is.
Yes. And you really got some education in that church. I'm just saying it's in the building. This is Dion Johnson. I'm with my buddy. Oh, when I say I don't even want to call her a dog. When I say a road queen, a road queen, I called her. I said, hey, I need you to hang with me through this election. Whew, she been hanging. Now she talking about them church people. Them church people used to always tell me, you'll know your friends. And it was honestly, that's why I think I used to love Tyler Perry so much, because I was in that time frame when we had those Madeas. In fact, we call my grandmother Madea. And when they didn't take no mess, but they gave you knowledge that lasted and is lasting through your lifetime.
And unconditional love.
Oh God, always that. Sometimes you doubted it with that slap. But it was unconditional though. But they told you about friends, and she said what Tyler said. You know your friend. You know what I mean? You got your leaves, you got this. It's like a tree, but it's that root. Yeah. The root is what feeds you, and it don't have to be seen. It ain't every day. It ain't all the time. It's just when you make that phone call. You know what I mean? And you know, because that root is gonna be there. And if the root can't be there, they gonna tell you why they not playing with you. They straightforward.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's the thing. Now, I know that those people that went out to see Trump, you know, I know he got roots. Ain't worthy of him. He got roots, because if you left my ass in the cold, I'm going to be looking for your ass. I'm like Bernie Mac. That's when the nouns, when the word MF become a noun. If anybody see that, another. Because I'm looking for that. That left me out in the cold. And when I find that, it's going to be some shaking in the building.
You know, it's damn near criminal. I mean, really, 9 people ended up going to the hospital. And come to find out, they had hired the buses to bring the people from the parking lot, which was 3 miles away. They'd hired the buses to bring them to the event, but did not hire the buses to return the people. What?
I'm not shocked. That's Donald.
It was all he cares about is that they get there to worship him. But, you know, it reflects everyone around him. Because That's not a decision he made. That's a decision that the people running the campaign made. And one of the local volunteers for his campaign said, no one told us to arrange for the bus to go back. So they didn't. How stupid is that?
But
how
careless. That was cold. I mean, literally cold-blooded. You get what I mean? You want to say cold?
Absolutely. And as uncaring as they come. You know, not to mention that woman, that Senator Martha McSally, because earlier in the day, he's in Arizona. Martha McSally's fighting for her life to get reelected. It ain't going to happen.
And you saw what he did, didn't you? You saw what he did.
You got 1 minute. Hurry up. Get up here.
And what angered me is you from the military, and you gonna kiss this man's ass. I'd have took that microphone and knocked the shit out of him with it, and they'd had me like this. You got to worry about voting for me.
But you know what? He knows she's losing, so he didn't care about her anymore because she's losing. He put up senators who weren't even from her state to talk about him and how great he is. He done wrote her off. He wrote her off. He wrote off those thousands of people who came to him.
And did you hear this one woman said, and I said, now that's that is some voodoo stuff right there, because seriously, she was saying, well, Mr. Trump was trying to teach us a lesson.
Okay, I got caught on that because I saw that, and I posted on Facebook saying, this is scary.
Yeah.
One of my friends said, no, go to her website. She's a comedian. I'm like, okay. She could have fooled me.
I was fooled.
I wasn't laughing. My mouth dropped to the ground. I wasn't laughing at all.
I saw it. I'm glad you told me that, because I'm going to be honest with you. When you just said that, my head hung, because that's a sigh of relief. That was the way I had to be, because I was so in just pulled in the sickness of it. And I'm thinking to myself, how far will you go if you think that what he did was right?
Well, the thing is, because we've heard people talk like that about him, it took someone researching who is this person to come back and say they're a comedian, because I took her seriously, because that's how people talk about him. They talk about him like it's a cult. He's trying to teach us a lesson. So they said, what's the lesson? She's like, I don't know.
When I heard that, I was thinking to myself, what lesson could you possibly be teaching me? And I'm too damn old right now for you to be, leaving me out in the cold for a lesson. Let's find another way.
People were frozen.
I mean, really sick.
Old folks had to go to the hospital. They got hypothermia.
But let me ask you this. Do you think they're going to hype a vote for him?
No, I think he lost some votes. Because everybody has their own. I've been listening the last 2 days of the news interviewing former Trump voters who are now voting for Biden. And they all have this line, one gentleman, and today everyone who they interviewed that I listened to just happened to be white. And one gentleman, he looked like maybe he was in his early 50s. He said Trump lost him when Charlottesville happened. That him saying good people on both sides made him intolerable. Another woman said she voted for him because she thought he was a good businessman. And when she sees how he has wrecked the economy and not taking care of COVID, that made her realize he's not the person.
He's not the one.
Right. And then another woman said basically the same thing. She had voted for him, but his absolute ignorance in the way he has managed COVID and the kind of message he's sending to the rest of the country convinced her he's not the right person to lead the country. They're all voting for Biden now.
Well, my thing about this is Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. I'm hoping that anybody that was blind will see. Seriously. Because at this time in this era, God, we don't need him right now. I'm trying not to curse. And see, that part is just, it's hard for me, Denise. I need help here because I need Jesus. I asked him to order my words, my tongue. And right now, you know, Michelle, I'm like Barack. You know, Barack didn't go. He ain't been going high. He been low. And I admire him. And so I'm going to go low for 1 minute. I'm going to come back.
Okay, go ahead.
That motherfucker know he was damn wrong. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If that had been my mother or grandmother out there, I would still be looking for his ass. Because I'm still telling you, they were there in the midst believing in your ass.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Trusting in you. You make sure these, ain't no way. I don't care if Joe Biden has 28 crime bills. If he locked my ass up in 93, I still believe on this day, he wouldn't have left my ass out there in the cold.
It was like below zero winds, and they had 3 miles to walk. How horrible is that? And they said they would have needed 30 buses. Now, generally a bus seats 50 people. So
Wow.
you do the math. That means there were practically 2,000 people out there stranded because they wouldn't let them drive their cars to the event.
You know how at SDNA they tell you if you're going to break it big. What are they saying? Every damn time he do something, he break it damn big. That's a big mess up.
But I'll tell you something else that's kind of interesting because, you know, quiet as it's kept, every now and then you'll get a report about how Fox News viewership is tanking, right? They're just losing. And Trump got all angry this week because Obama gave a speech in Florida that took Trump to the tool shed and spanked him like a acting out child. And Fox played the entire speech by Obama. And Trump lost his mind. I can't believe Fox is playing this. And Obama got word that Trump was tweeting to the TV while he was giving his speech. And he made a joke about him. And I tell you what, Obama done gave 3 speeches now, taking Trump to the tool shed, and Trump ain't challenged him once. He ain't said a word.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. Why not? Why hasn't he?
Because he's scared of him. Why?
He ain't even mentioned him. That's scary.
He's scared of Obama. He's terrified of Obama. He's terrified of it.
And he even had a little bit to say about Michelle. You know what I mean? And guys, I want you to see this because I was looking at Morning Joe. And I love, and you right now, I don't know how I'm going to be if we win, when we win. But I always go to Morning Joe because they always give me something I can, you know. And when I wake up in the morning, I literally set my alarm. Well, I set my alarm for medication.
It's 5 in the morning, girl.
Yeah. I set I have medicine I have to take, but I still have my alarm. And I sit and I have to watch at least first 15 minutes or so of Morning Joe. Just to kind of see what's going on in the morning. Because, you know, I don't know if we got to get out of here. We got to pack some bag. Can't get a bag. Just get on pajamas. Make sure that we got some warm pajamas on or a jacket on and go. Because we with a food. You know, we got a fool at the helm. And so you don't know. So I really do, you know, Oprah said don't have a TV in your room. If I hadn't had one, I'd have put one in there when he won.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I need to know. I'm just one of those need to knows. So here's what they were saying when they were talking about it. And then they also, I love Denise, they call him the super spreader. He having another one of those super spreaders. And they're saying he ought to sell T-shirts for it. But see, you can make the little joke, but at the end of the day, it's sad. And you know what happened? And I heard that he was headed somewhere today, and they said it was winds that stopped him. But couple of rallies back, he now has people getting tested, coming positive for COVID.
Right.
So basically, by now, if you don't believe that COVID is real, what more can we do? We're gonna get on that story, but I want us to check this out really quick.
Okay.
President Trump made a campaign swing through the Midwest yesterday, holding rallies with packed crowds in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nebraska. Super spreader events all over the country. After President Trump,
do they have T-shirts?
Super spreaders, I'm sure.
Super spreader 2020.
I mean, he's A human super spreader. Look at this.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the human super spreader 2020 campaign tour. They have I survived the super spreader tour of 2020. You have a ventilator on the back.
Literally, unless you didn't.
That's
Which, it'd actually be a time of joking in this show right now if it wasn't so unbelievably true and not funny. He wrapped up his rally in Omaha, Nebraska last night. Hundreds of supporters were, though, left behind in nearly freezing temperatures.
Sounds like a rapture.
For hours with no transportation.
You've been left behind.
They were bussed in and then left there.
Oh, God.
Trump departed Omaha on Air Force One around 9 p.m.
So he flew out on his presidential jet.
Very comfortable in there with
That's
the refrigerator
awesome.
and people serving him
Eats a
up.
lot.
And he could wash his
Big
hands
Macs.
50 times. After the rally,
KFC.
attendees began lining up for buses because they were bussed in,
Mars
so they figured
bars.
they'd be bussed out, right, to return to their cars.
A lot of
These
Mountain Dew.
supporters, many of them were elderly, waited for those
Not
buses
her.
to take them to distant parking lots as vehicles tried to navigate through airport traffic. Reports placed the outdoor temperature at 32 degrees, according to the Washington Post. By 10:30 p.m., there were still no buses in sight. Crowds didn't fully clear the rally until 12:30 a.m., 3.5 hours after the president departed. Great planning. NBC, super spreader planning. NBC News has obtained Omaha police dispatch calls from Broadcastify that describe at least 7 people being taken to the hospital due to severe temperatures. A political reporter for the Omaha World Herald posted these last night with the message, if you're waiting on someone who attended the Trump rally in Omaha, it may be a while until they get a bus to get out. Traffic along the small roadway to the private side of Eppley Airfield is packed up and buses were having trouble getting through. Nebraska State Senator Megan Hunt tweeted supporters of the president were brought in, but buses...
And So, just wanted to... For those of you that didn't know that took place, now you see what we're talking about. If you're just coming on, Trump left. If it's like the lady, the senator that denied that she didn't know about Trump grabbing by the. So if your head is stuck in the sand somewhere and you didn't see this, that Trump had, and Denise said the buses can hold a capacity of 50 people. So if that is the case. And there were what? How many people were walking?
Right.
You got
They said they needed 30 buses to get them all back.
Let's do the math. 30 buses, 1,500 people.
Mm-hmm.
So you left 1,500 people in the cold.
While you got on your helicopter and said deuces.
While you got on the plane, was like, I holler. You know? You get what I mean?
Making me feel good.
Yes. That's all. And I can assure you, when they told him, he laughed about it.
If he even thought about it, because he's been giving speeches all day and hasn't said a word about it.
And he may be like the good witch. Don't nobody bring me no bad news.
You know, my husband said somebody's gonna get fired behind that. I said he don't care enough to fire
somebody.
Because he considers those people just, what did he say? He's glad about COVID because now he don't have to shake all those dirty people's hands.
He ain't got to be bothered. Do you hear me? Guys, look who just knocked on the door. And I told him I'm going to let him in.
Cindy, we got to wear blue for the blue wave. Going forward. Every time we're on till this is settled. We made that agreement tonight.
We want a blue wave. Y'all, I've been passing out Biden stickers so much, and I had them on. I even put a box outside my door. Outside in my yard.
I had it for 20 years. It was sent to me by the leader of the lay Buddhist organization, SGI USA, with a note to please never stop speaking out. And every time something's important to me, I'm gonna wear this every day till the election's over.
Do it, because I've been wearing the cross. I said, we need everything we need to get through this. Because I'm hoping they're telling everybody, be patient, Don't be stressed. It's going to take a while. Don't worry. And I'm praying. I'm saying, I hope that it's, because last time we were all like, she going to sweep him. She going to sweep him. So this time I'm hoping, and even they were saying, so now they're saying, expect this to be a long wait. I am praying that they look and say, we don't know what the hell happened. But it's over.
Katie Porter, who's a congresswoman here in Southern California, who I adore, she flipped one of the Republican seats as a congresswoman. She's a Democratic congresswoman. She's a protege of Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren had been her teacher. And she was talking about how when she ran for Congress in 2018, when the election was counted that night, it looked like the Republican had won again. But within a few days, once all the absentees and drop-offs were counted, she won by a few thousand votes. So there's, it's just like everybody calm down, because there's just a deluge of drop-off and absentee ballots. Although, as we all know, at this stage of the game, walk it in. You got to walk it in. You cannot mail it anymore. It won't make it. You got to walk in your ballot. Another thing I want to say about voting, guys, I have talked to, in the last 48 hours, I have talked to 3 people, 3 very sharp people. And just in passing, I said, have you voted yet? And none of them had. And all of them, their reason was there was something about the election that they keep waiting to find the time to figure out how they want to vote about XYZ. Pick a card, any card. Today, it was somebody who said, I ain't figured out the judges yet. So you know what I did, what I always do. I do my research. I type up my ballot. And so far, I've sent my ballot to 7 people because I did the research. So I say that to say those who are listening tonight, who are looking at this show, don't assume that the person who you just know they voted has voted. We got to ask, have you voted? What's holding you up? Another person, I had to tell them how, if they went where I went, I was in and out in 10 minutes. It was no big deal. There was no line. Just go on your lunch hour. Don't go in the morning when you'll be late. Don't go after work when you know you're going to be too tired. Take your lunchtime. You can go anywhere in California and vote. Anywhere. You're not limited anymore to where you live. Go online. Find the one nearest you. It's so easy. But get that vote done.
She's right. And she's right. That's the way we did it, as far as just trying to know how and who. And I have a couple people I want to fence about, but I'm like, I don't have time for this. Let me figure out what I can find out about Holly Mitchell and find out about this, And I'm saying that to say, let me just figure this out. I don't have time. Because we already know, I don't need anything else, Biden and Kamala. But my other things,
Well, we got to deal with, in our own backyard, we got to deal with Jackie Lacey. We got to deal with, we got to make sure our local stuff, we have to become smarter than that, and not just be happy with the president, because that's.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying I wasn't happy. I just said that's the one thing I knew. The other things I wanted to do a little more research, so I did what you did. I got on the computer. I got, information. I did what I needed to do, and we had a sample ballot already ready. We also had it because of our daughter. She was like, well, I'm going to meet you guys, and vote with you. So we wanted to research for her as well. So she would understand why these are the choices, that this is why. Not like she's a kid, but, she's young and she asked,
Well, and the other thing is you got to follow up and say, did you do it?
Because right now I got to send out, I got to send this little text to everybody in my family all over. And I always say, do not respond, because all of you are on the text. Now watch one of you nuts respond and I got to curse you. I'm just letting you know, get your ass out and vote.
Yeah, and then, I got family in Texas. My son voted in Texas. I got people in Arizona, made sure they voted. Because I got people in Wisconsin. Those are critical states. So not just your local, but talk to your people who are also in those states that we know
Cindy, have you been pushing people? Cindy, have you been pushing your people?
I've been pushing people all up and down here in MacArthur Park area. I've been giving out Biden stickers. I've been like this. I've been on the roll, honey. They got mad at me here in my building. I got Biden posters. I put them up in my building. Trump supporters were getting upset and mad. I was like, I didn't care. I was like, they were like, where are the Trump signs? I was like, that's not fair. I was like, oh, well.
That ain't what I do. You should have told them. That ain't how I roll.
I mean, I was passing them out. I got stickers. I got Biden stuff. So everybody around here near our park area, they've been littered with Biden stuff. So first and foremost, there's that. Second, voting. How long have we even had our ballots?
God, come on now.
For like a month already?
Yeah.
At least.
I was like, hasn't the past 3.5 years scared you enough to the point where you would not want to sit on that ballot?
Right.
Yeah,
especially for me.
Come on with it, Cindy. Come on, preach, Cindy.
Especially for me. I had to vote like my life depended on it.
Let the church say amen.
Okay? I voted like my paycheck depended on it.
Come on now.
Okay? I voted for the future of this country depends on it.
Well.
I didn't sit on my votes. I had to go in there immediately.
Well, come on now. Let the church say amen.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Preach,
because I can't do 4 more years of Trump.
Preach, sister.
I can't do it. I'm in pain. People are dying.
Preach.
People are dying. We now have 9 million people. 9 million people in this country, as of today, have COVID.
Oh, listen. Wait, let me show you something since y'all talking about that. Real quick, we're gonna look at this. First, we're gonna look at the map, and I want people to look at it. We're gonna stay in this map and talk about this campaign map because Cindy's preaching, and I want to make sure people understand what she's trying to say. And there's some people that's hearing. Cindy, you still on here? We got the map of 2020 Electoral College map. Okay, now, right now, if we were to announce who the president was, it would be Joe Biden.
Right.
With 353. Trump with 185. Okay? And that is not even giving him Florida. You get what I'm saying? It's real, it's light. But
giving who Florida?
Joe Biden. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of light blue, but we're not sure, but but it's still letting us.
Florida's always been funny. Florida's always been so funny.
Yes, but if he takes Pennsylvania, he won't need. To be honest with you, if Biden takes Florida, it's over.
Obama won Florida both times. He won Florida both times, so it's not impossible.
No, it's not. It's not. And there's a wave here. There's a wave. I'm serious. And Georgia ain't red.
How about that?
How about that there, Cindy?
I think we're gonna take a state that we didn't expect.
So I'm saying.
Now that.
I see, Cindy. I predict Texas. I predict Georgia. I definitely predict Georgia.
What are you feeling, Cindy, when you're making the Biden calls? What are you feeling when you're in the South? How does it feel?
Oh, that's a good question.
When it comes down to it, I think that a lot. Right now, during this political season. People have been called by the DNC, they've been called by the DSCC, the DCCC, and they've been called and they have just been,
exhausted.
With a lot of phone calls. And, people have been upset because it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I get it, however, when it comes down to it, we still got to be consistent. Like I understand, I do understand that, but especially like when it comes to the South, yeah, Joe Biden carried the South during the general election. No, the primary, he swept the South, But
those are all Democrats.
Yeah, but this general, I'm just like,
I still giving him Georgia. I still say he's gonna flip Georgia.
Something what I've been moved to tears about is, and this is not to take anything away from the brothers, but I swear all those pictures you see of those mothers, black and white, marching their children to vote for the first time, or marching all their children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews. Women are not only voting, but they're making sure everybody they love is voting.
They sign everybody. You're not playing.
You know, in the past, I know women who like, child, I told that man to vote. I told that boy to vote. I told that girl to vote. She don't be bothered. Now it's like, get up. And they're making it happen. I'm so excited. And where I went to vote, there was a young girl. She couldn't have been more than 18 or 20. And she's in there cleaning, you know, the voting booths after people and helping. It was just, I'm telling you, women are going to make this election. Black women are going to make this election.
Because they don't want no more of they black men to die. Or they black sisters. And they know, like Cindy just was sitting here preaching, they understand.
You know, and I mean, like, this campaign is about every hard-fought civil right is on the line.
I told them it's on the ballot. It's on the ballot.
And if you think it's not, then you stupid. You got your head in the sand.
I want to, let you guys know that, we can't take this election for granted. You know what I mean? Because we got to take a lesson from the 2016 election. Because they told us all that Hillary was going to win. Hillary's going to win. Hillary's going to win. And then what turned out, especially in states that we didn't even expect. Like, Michigan? Really, Michigan?
Really? Oh, no. Wisconsin?
Wisconsin? Is that what you guys are giving?
Pennsylvania. What I love is the people who they're interviewing who didn't vote in 2016, and they're like beating the streets now to get people out. And they ask him, like, well, why didn't you vote in 2016? I thought Hillary. Who was Hillary? And they said, well, how do you feel now that you didn't vote? And they said, stupid.
Yeah, I did see that. And I was like amazed. Guys, we're going to show a video with Joe Biden. I don't understand why this is hard. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. We're going to watch him, but it shouldn't be hard. This should not be hard.
Folks, we've lost more than 220,000 lives of this virus already. But this administration has just given up. Over the weekend, the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, went on television and admitted that they've waved the white flag and declared surrender. He said, quote, "We're not going to control the pandemic," end of quote. The American people deserve so much better than this. Just look at what happened last night in Omaha after the Trump rally ended. Hundreds of people, including older Americans and children, were stranded in sub-zero freezing temperatures for hours. Several folks ended up in the hospital. It's an image that captures President Trump's whole approach to this crisis. He takes a lot of big pronouncements, and he makes a lot of big pronouncements, but they don't hold up. He gets his photo op, and then he gets out. He leaves everyone else to suffer the consequence of his failure to make a responsible plan. It seems like he just doesn't care much about it. And the longer he's in charge, the more reckless he gets. It's enough. It's time to change. Even if I win, it's going to take a lot of hard work to end this pandemic. I'm not running on the false promise of being able to end this pandemic by flipping a switch. But what I can promise you is this. We will start on day one doing the right things. We'll let science drive our decisions. We will deal honestly with the American people. And we'll never, ever, ever quit. That's how we'll shut down this virus so we can get back to our lives a lot more quickly than the pace we're going at now.
Hey, guys, like I said, Biden, it's like something I saw on Facebook. I don't know if it was Denise or who sent it, but this ain't a marriage. This is not a marriage. So you ain't no perfect person like you thinking, and this is not the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. We don't even really know if he cracked a joke today, Biden did, saying that I am Jill Biden's husband and Kamala Harris's running mate. He was like, no, I'm really serious. Yeah. And that touched me because I'm thinking he's trying to say he may pass this on.
Well, he's just humble. He's not full of himself. He's a humble, caring man. And after what we've been through these last 4 years, That's what's so attractive about him, because he's not this big charismatic guy who's quick on the comeback. He's just a caring, good man. You know, his kindness moves people to tears. We need a caring, kind person to help us recover from the abuse we've been through.
Lord,
and,
yes.
You know, and I'm patient. We don't trust the polls anymore, and that's a good thing. Because it's like Cindy was saying, everybody was saying Hillary got in the bag. That made a lot of people feel like they didn't need to go the extra yard.
Especially the Bernie supporters.
Tell them.
Which Trump is now
calling Bernie out. What is that all about?
What's this?
Right.
What's
right.
this? You know what I mean? And you know they real funny. You know, not like look for like. Nah, I don't want to offend anybody.
They real fucking funny. My sister say they funny. They funny. And the problem with that is even Bernie ain't funny no more. That's the part about
Bernie knows
it.
what time
No,
it is.
Bernie stepped out and then they got mad and didn't have no sense to look at Bernie and said, this man just had a heart attack. Had more stents put in. COVID is here. He gave it over to Joe saying, I can't jack the bird. I can't go no further. I can't do it. That's a country saying, but he let him know, go ahead, bro, I can't do it. And they should, if you love the man, you should have understood why he couldn't. You get what I'm saying? You should have understood why he also backed out of it. But I have a respect for him now. But if you still riding on that Bernie wave, Cindy don't want to offend you.
I really don't.
But I want to say you need some real fucking attention right about now. And you contact me and I can tell your ass because you can talk to my psych. She needs some extra work. I can hook y'all asses up, okay? And say what you want. You, matter of fact, send me anything you want. I'm just saying, I am JUSTSAYIN Dion DIONNE Johnson.com. Hell, go on here.
I want to tell you this. Do you know where we will be sitting right now had Hillary been in the White House?
Wow.
There was 3 Supreme Court seats that was up.
Girl. Now we fighting at the grit and the very little hair on our chin, hoping that this woman, you know, is going to recuse herself. And, you know, she did one thing. She's not going. She was put there for a reason. But I hope and I pray that y'all hear Cindy's cry. This young lady's telling you she's taking a chance because y'all Trump supporters are crazy. That's why at night, if y'all wake up and y'all see, y'all see Biden and Harris shit all over y'all cars and shit, I did that.
I did it.
I really did. Because I didn't want to hear your mouth. And the ones that I see with it still in their window, they done put it inside their window, I smile at them and wave, hey, how you doing?
Now I'll tell you another reason why we got to have not a wave, but a tsunami.
Tsunami.
Because everywhere you look, every state, Trump is using the Justice Department to try to do voter suppression. In the Dakotas, you know, on the reservations, they don't have addresses. They have P.O. boxes. So they're in court now because the Trump people are saying, unless you can put an address on your ballot won't be counted. So he's trying to erase the entire Native American population in those reservations from being able to vote. They came up against Pennsylvania, where Pennsylvania said they're going to give them a couple of extra days to count absentee ballots. They went to court, they won. Pennsylvania won. But what I'm saying is, don't get it twisted. They need to really make people more aware of all the numerous suppression actions that are being taken by the federal government, no less. It was bad enough we had to fight it on a state by state. The feds are stepping in. And you know, they have limitless money. And in every state that's happening, that's where we got to really force the tsunami.
And speaking of feds, here's gonna help the tsunami. I like that because Denise, whatever she want, I want to give her. We want a tsunami. I'm finna help her out. Remember when they were talking about Trump and with Trump was talking about the FBI came out trying to say about the Proud Boys and that it was a setup and that it was done by Putin and then also by Iran. And I said, no, Iran didn't have nothing to do with that shit. And they're going to come out and say something. Then, remember, when the FBI came out and said it was an act against Trump and all this, time to find out last night, he lied. Rachel had it on. He lied. He added all of that stuff.
Wish I could act surprised, but I can't. There's nothing low enough.
Cindy, keep passing that shit out. Keep passing out, pass out fast to everything. Because, guys, I'm going to tell you something. She came in here and preached, because I'm telling you, you done had that damn ballot. And like she said, I know when those ballots arrived in the mail here. Mm-hmm. And what she's saying is, this was not... When y'all heard us say we wish we could vote today 3 months ago.
Right.
We were serious. So there should have been nothing to make your ass wait. You know what I mean? As far as with the mail, where you got to get out now and go. Because you could have sent it out.
I can't talk for other states, but in California, you can do same-day registration. So there's y'all sitting around in California saying, well, I didn't register. You can go right to the voting place, the polling place, and register and vote on the same day. And there are many states that have same-day registration. So find out. If you haven't registered and now you're all hot and ready because we've got you all jazzed up, find out are you in a state where you can do same-day registration and vote on the same day. Because we got to have a tsunami.
All y'all got phones. I don't care if you ain't got a home and you staying with a friend, you got a phone in your hand.
That's right.
Google. It really works. The Google search engine is amazing. Google, please. We're going to take a commercial real quick. Hey, before we do the commercial, because this commercial is about a woman that worked for Trump. But anyway, what do y'all think about this? A lot of his people are falling out the tree. And they telling it. And it would, again, I'm going back to Cindy because she came in saying, yeah, what y'all waiting on? When you hear, what you think? Every last one of them are disgruntled? Every last one of them? And these are not people he's fired. These are people that resigned. Do y'all need the definition of resign? And they coming in with things to say. Let's look at the short commercial with this young lady.
My name is Jessica Denson. I am a lifelong Republican. And in 2016, I thought that the Trump campaign posed a unique opportunity to help the American people. So I applied to work for them. I was promoted to lead the Hispanic engagement effort. But what I came to realize was that the campaign was a vile, self-serving branding exercise for one man and his family. Donald Trump always says no censorship and pretends that all of the conservative media is being censored by the liberals. Well, let me tell you, he is absolutely an enemy of free speech. I have been pursued by his campaign for over 3 years for speaking my mind and the truth and exercising my First Amendment rights as an American citizen. They've spent upwards of $1 million trying to keep my story from the American people. The child separation policy. Over 500 children are just orphans because of the United States government. It's just the most base human behavior. This November, I am voting for Joe Biden. He has such a unique ability to address the need for unity and restoration that this country so desperately needs.
Defending Democracy Together is responsible for the content of this ad.
So what is the worst thing you can do to a person to hurt them if you don't want them to come in your country? We back live. Yeah, if you snatch somebody's kids and everybody else see that you done took my kids and I don't have my kids anymore, I don't know if I want to take that journey. You get what I mean? Guys, wow. I don't know if I want to take that journey. Because we all know, as a parent, an auntie, whatever, I've been in the store and, I had my son and he moved. Matter of fact, my granddaughter went in between the clothes. Playing. And I knew I had her right beside me. I'm like, hold on to me. She want to play little jokey joke. So she slide in between the clothes. So I'm looking, and then next time I look down, I'm like, oh, hell, what the, no way in hell, and right, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Just that split second when she come out and say, Grandma, I'm right here. I didn't know whether to snatch her up or to hold her. And I said, Ray, you can't play that. But the point is, it's that feeling. It took me 15 minutes to get myself back together. So, I say that to say, you're going to take these folks' kids, and we ain't talking about one child. We're not talking about two. How many are we talking about, Cindy?
500 what? 565?
So we heard when you said it. I heard when you said it.
500?
Yes, over 500. You heard when you said that.
545. It's 545. You know, there's a lot of things this man has to pay for, and all his cohorts with him. And I think more than anything, he's not running because he wants to be president. He's running from jail.
What you think?
He's running from jail, I'm telling you. And the buzz is, two things I'm excited about. The buzz is they're looking at Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, to be the attorney general.
Oh, I hope so.
He will be unrelenting. He will be unrelenting, because that's my homeboy from New York.
I hope.
And another thing I'm really, really excited about is the buzz is Elizabeth Warren, the Treasury Secretary. So she'll be on top of all the economic policies and how the cash flow is going, and who's getting grants, how are small businesses being helped, what are those damn banks doing to the people, are they equitably giving out the loans to small business people of color as well as whites? Oh man, I'm dreaming about
Girl, I don't wake up. Don't wake up. I want that dream to come true. Please keep sleeping. And the other thing we got to talk about, guys, before we go, and we got to talk heavily about it. And, you know, because my best friend is right now, and my social media director is on a plane headed to back to the Netherlands because her dad has COVID and wasn't doing too well with it, and he's doing better. So she's headed back into the den of it today as we speak, tonight. She won't get there till 1 a.m. to go and check on her father and be there because if, you know, to make sure she's there. But the thing about that is still, you know, let's put the map up. We still on. They can see us. We got 3 colors on this map. One is a red. One is a Donald Trump ugly ass orange. And one is like a burgundy, a dark burgundy. Now, the red tells you 1 to 99, okay? 1 to 99 is the case, you know, a day. So we know that there's at least 99 cases in Oregon, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, all those little places all up in there, Oklahoma. Now, orange is 100 plus. 100 plus. That's Nevada, Utah, Arizona. Who been flying through these places, guys? You know, super spreader. Y'all know his name. It ain't like Chef. Who's the man killing everybody? Trump. You know.
Damn right.
It's in the shut your mouth. We just saying. But then it gets this gets kind of scary here because the burden is 400 plus. And that is Texas, California, Washington, Illinois, Florida, Georgia, Pennsylvania. But the thing about this is New York has 20,000 plus. And see, and here total cases right now. Just right now, today, just today, 33,000. This is not counting, you know. And
yesterday was 80,000, the largest ever. The largest number ever.
And 400 deaths today. But here's the thing. Your president, because he ain't mine, said that he had, one of his accomplishments is that he had gotten COVID in control. You know.
He beat the pandemic.
He
ended the pandemic, he said.
That's what he said.
Ended.
So what do you think about that, Cindy? Trump, your president said he's ended the pandemic. But we're looking at a map here, and we all know the situation. Your mom is in Michigan, and that like me, my mom is in Arkansas. She's already had it, but I've heard people have gotten it again. And point is, we all worry. You got your son in Texas, so what do y'all? What? Come on, Cindy. What's going through your mind?
I'm still on wow about a lot of things that have happened over the last 4 years that I haven't been able to reflect on yet because it's always something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you hadn't had time to.
Had a chance to even like, if we were to like kind of look back, you know, because I understand, you know, the COVID-19 and stuff, but you know, a lot of, I don't know. I think there's some things that we kind of need to bring back up, because it's always something new, that Trump does to kind of look at this. You know what I mean? Like there was his taxes. So now we're on his taxes for a little bit there. Then we had to move on to something else, and then there was a Ku Klux Klan rally that was going on, that he endorsed and stuff like that. But then we had to quickly kind of move on, and then there was the kids in cages and stuff like that, that were sleeping on the floors and like we were just talking about, and then we kind of had to kind of move on to kind of something else. You know what I mean?
Sending the National Guard to Portland, Oregon, and found out it wasn't the National Guard after all.
Yeah.
There's something else.
I'm just like, so, I mean, can we really even do like, and let's not even mention about our foreign allies that he's just absolutely trampled all the way over.
Did you see what France and all them feel about us? They don't even trust us anymore.
I mean, yes, the press conference he had with Putin, that clown show, the Kim Jong-un, that clown show, that, trying to, buddy up with dictators, they don't care. China, North Korea don't care about him. They are there for life. He's like, okay,
he's a jerk. They think he's a jerk.
I'm just like, can we really go through this embarrassment? I mean, not even mention like Canada and Mexico. Like they don't even want us to don't come here. We sit up here trying to build walls against Mexico, but we can't even keep our numbers down. We like, why would they want us to even think about going?
That's right. They are blocking us from the border, girl. Yeah. I never thought Mexico would try to keep us out.
And Canada, because you know what? They used to want our dollars. Now they're like, you and all your COVID dollars, stay home.
Stay over there in the backyard. Stay in the backyard.
Cindy, you gonna love this. They like to the left, to the left.
Don't come here.
To the left. Pull that car over to the left.
Go ahead, Cindy. Go ahead.
I'll say this for all the ladies, honey. I wouldn't mind that little Justin Trudeau running the United States right about now. Little, nice, good, something good to look at. And the White House is good to look at.
Easy on the eyes.
He's really easy on the eyes. But I mean, that's to me our mayor is. I'm sorry.
It's a horror show. It's a horror show looking at damn Trump every day with that
girl and his mouth, the way he hold it. I mean, it really looked like a butthole. I have to really say that because
I get hypnotized by his hair.
Oh,
always
terrible.
I'm like Obama, who been joning, and when I say joning, he been playing the dozen with Trump. Trump won't come out and play with him. But I'm like Obama. We want to wake up in the morning, and you not there. You not there. And I don't know how that feels for him. I know he's such a narcissist. He don't even probably even hear us.
What I want to take a minute to say though is what an incredibly smart campaign Joe Biden has run. Mm-hmm. He picked his subject, and his subject was the soul of America, and our people are dying, and he has no plan to save you. Period. I don't care what he talked about. He always came back full circle to that, no matter what. When you listen to Trump, because I've tried to listen to him, he has no message. He has no plan. He has no platform.
But he has COVID that he think he has fixed that ain't happened.
His whole speech is what will happen if they get elected. But he has no speech about what he's going to do if he remains there. The only thing he's going to do is block them, because he done gone and convinced a bunch of people that, he didn't convince anybody new. It was already the true believers that if Biden is elected, then he's going to be manipulated by Kamala, which brings up all kinds of racist pictures for me. Like the black Syrian woman who's going to seduce this old white guy into her way of thinking because she is ranked as the most liberal senator in the Senate. And I said, yay. And
hey
she said that And she said, Joe said to her that the relationship he wants with her is that she's the first one in the room when there's a meeting
And the last
one to leave. Because when they said, well, you know, you want this, but Joe doesn't want that. You want this, but Joe doesn't stand for that. And she looked and they said, so what's that all about? And she's like, he brought me on to hear my opinion. That's what he said. I'm the first in, last out. So I plan to express it. And I'm all for it. There's somewhere in between that they'll meet. Because he realizes he needs her input. The country needs her input.
Especially at the state of where we are, we need it. You know, and he's got to make sure that every side is heard.
And he's not trying to make her invisible. Like Pence is invisible.
Invisible.
He's invisible. He just carries the water for the king.
I mean, but he's like the remember when who was George Bush's president?
Vice president?
Yeah, who was George Bush's vice president? The senior, the senior one.
Dick Cheney.
Cheney was for the senior, or for the senior? No, for dad, not son.
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the way Pence is. There's a reason I asked that question, because people didn't know. We still don't know. I got his name on the tip of my tongue, but he was irrelevant. I'm talking about like irrelevant to the point where you don't even know. He wasn't even thinking about running. He was so irrelevant. He wasn't even gonna run.
We knew who Pence was.
Yeah.
We know who it is.
Yeah, but we know who.
Really, Darth Vader.
When that fly landed on him, I was through. I knew.
Ever.
And I love that Biden is already saying in my first 100 and some days, I'm going to find those kids' parents. I'm going to put a team together so we can find their parents.
I keep reminding myself that Biden is a moderate. He is a moderate. So if people expect him to get elected and set the world on fire, no. I mean, like, I'd like him to be elected and immediately start stacking that court. What did he say?
Immediately.
What he said was, well, we're going to have a commission. We're going to study this, and they're going to make some recommendations. And I understand, because he wants to get back to process, procedures, and protocol, like how you govern correctly. But what damage are they going to be able to accomplish while we waiting? I don't know.
Brother Biden, this Sister Dion, this is something I want to tell you. That bitch shouldn't have never got in this motherfucker. It shouldn't have never happened. Ruth is turning over in her grave, and I need you to do something for me. I need you to help Ruth rest. Ruth earned her rest. And I need you to get that LGBTQ hating ass, black people hating. I found, and it just, because see, it's all proven. Now, everybody say he should just leave her alone and just add to the court, and she'll be a non-factor. I want them to snatch that ass out, her and Kavanaugh.
I want him to take one of those two guys out, Gorsuch or
it's Kavanaugh, because he lied. He lied. Kavanaugh is the one that they can impeach and take out because he lied on the stand.
You got to come out. You know, they got to hold that seat up against Obama. They were playing dirty. Kavanaugh got to come out of there.
Gorsuch is who they put in instead of they put Gorsuch in when they didn't let.
They did, without a doubt, but Kavanaugh really did some stuff where he shouldn't have been even a thought of being in there. He's a rapist.
Well, we have a lot to fix, don't we? And
hence Joe Biden. But Joe, you got
there's so much damage that's been done.
Because you're matching 4 more years.
The climate accords with Paris. I mean, getting people some relief. I mean,
guys, if we have one more hurricane in Louisiana, I'm gonna say shut Louisiana down and move everybody ass up out of there. And that is something to do with climate change. I don't care what you say.
Absolutely.
That's why that's why he really stormed out on what's her name, right?
What do you mean?
When Trump was talking with 60 Minutes, remember? Yeah, with Leslie Stahl, because she asked about it, but she showed him. She said, "I was hoping when you saw that big iceberg fall, that ice, I was hoping that you would say, I see it now." And he
stupid.
Guys, let me show y'all real quick. We're gonna do one last little small commercial, but because Denise was speaking about how people felt, there are a lot of Republicans that have turned and that are voting for Joe Biden, believe it or not. as
And
well.
They're embarrassed about being Republicans.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Hence the Lincoln Project.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Hence the Lincoln Project. So we got a lot of them, and I'm gonna let you meet a few. You know, but there are so many, and I make a prediction that some of them people that's in the White House beside him is gonna vote against him.
No doubt.
Because I would be that kind of. I would be as Michelle, as K. Michelle would say, I would be that bitch. You know what I mean? So
I'm a registered Republican voter.
I'm a lifelong Republican.
I
just can't vote for Trump.
I am not voting for Trump this year.
This man that's running the show right now is a slow-moving train wreck, and guess what? We're all on the train.
I'm so tired of all the division.
The division and hatred he has purposely fostered in this country.
Trickled into our own families.
He lies to us all the time.
His handling of the coronavirus has been disastrous.
His response has been awful, y'all.
Trump is not a Republican, and he's just not.
If you're going to cut taxes, you also need to cut spending.
Spending is out of control.
$1 trillion deficit before this pandemic.
He doesn't care where our country ends up.
He has abandoned our allies.
Fighting foreign interference in our elections.
Joe Biden is a good alternative.
Biden is a moderate.
He's not a socialist.
Track record of working across the aisle.
I'm voting for Joe Biden.
For Joe Biden.
To ensure that this country isn't torn to shreds.
Absentee good, universe.
President.
Guys, I sure hope by November 3rd, some of you have a calling of the Lord, you evangelicals. I hope that you have a real calling of the Lord, because the young lady that worked with Pence that came out and stepped down said she was raised a Christian way, Catholic girl with beliefs. And as she's gotten to know Joe Biden, he is the kind of man that is a man of God as opposed to Donald Trump. So that was something profound she said today. And she stepped away weeks ago and let everybody know what was going on in the White House with COVID, which is what really made her say, I can't go any further. I got to step out. And pleaded with other people to step out behind her, and they did. All we know is, some way, somehow, you have to vote. You have to vote. You have to vote. You have to vote. Because your life is on the ballot. It's on the ballot. Anytime you have
your life, someone you loved life.
If you have a map like we looking at while we talking, we still talking. Anytime you have a map like this with COVID, life is on the ballot.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Choice, freedom of choice is on the ballot. It's on the ballot. Cindy, tell them what's on the ballot. We just put another fool. She's a fool to me. What do I call her not by her name? Fool. Hey, fool. Yeah, you fool. Yeah, I don't need you to tell my granddaughter what to do with her body.
That's right.
Healthcare is on the ballot.
Healthcare is on the ballot. Your life is on the ballot. Pre-existing conditions.
COVID-19
is
on the ballot.
All the progression that we have made over the last 50 years.
Your civil rights are on the ballot.
That's right.
And if you don't know anything about that, look it up, Google it. You may find that something you like doing, you won't be able to do anymore because it's on the ballot. And if that one thing would make you take your ass, let me try it this way. I'm sorry, y'all gonna laugh. And I'm for real with this. You may not be able to get marijuana free. Without going to jail. It may become illegal again. It's on the ballot. Let's see if that works. Marijuana being legal may be on the ballot. Let's snatch it up so we can put some more people in jail, because now we done got them all hooked and they know they can get it free and they smoking, it's COVID, and they're smoking themselves away. And they got to have it now. So now we're going to bust in all these shops and arrest everybody because it's on the ballot. We laughing, but we real.
Right.
Because this man, I saw Lincoln Project, I was telling you, this is what I saw. This commercial scared the bejeebies out of me. You understand what I'm saying? It scared the bejeebies out of me. And I'm not playing. This thing had a little boy that was asleep. And the mom came in, and this was the Lincoln Project. And you heard the announcement, people shouting, and somebody had won an election. So she woke the little boy up, and he woke up, and she said, you told me to wake you up when I found out who won. And the little boy said, who won? And she said, Trump won. And he said, I thought they couldn't run 3 times.
Right.
Girl.
Our democracy is on the back.
I dropped this damn phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said
he won in 12 years.
So I said he could pull it off. It's on the damn ballot. It's on the damn ballot. You thinking 4 more years, try 8 more. Ice Cube. It's on the damn ballot.
You know, I once went to see Angela Davis speak when I was a teenager. And she was in Germany. And she said that while she was in Germany, she went to the Germans and she said, what did you think during the war when you saw your Jewish doctor and your Jewish baker and your kid's Jewish teacher and your friends and neighbors who were Jewish being taken away? What were you thinking? What did you believe was going on? And she said they told her, we'd heard rumors, but we couldn't believe it. So when we're telling people what the potential evil behavior with these militias walking through the streets like they're legitimate, trying to intimidate people. Their dream is to have another civil war. People better wake up and get serious and get your ass to the voting booth.
And after you get to that damn booth, sit your ass still after he wins this election. Because a fool is still there, a lost fool. That feels like a failure from November to January.
That's right.
So y'all sit still. You black brothers and sisters, sit y'all ass still. Here's where you're going to have the blood of Jesus and believe in some higher power. Because things may happen that's going to make you want to get out and fight and protest. And that's what he wants you to do so he can call martial law.
Be still.
Be still.
Just be still.
Give it till January. To the end of January. If you can hold on, I don't care what go on. Hold on.
By the way, that Senate's about to be flipped like a pancake.
Hold on, people.
Not just going to be the presidency. We're taking the Senate too.
Let me ask you this, Cindy or Denise. When they win, if we flip this Senate, how soon can they all be sworn in?
I don't think they have to wait till January. That's something worth researching.
Yeah.
I don't, because I read somewhere that if Mark Kelly wins against McSally in Arizona, he'd be able to be seated and stop some Supreme Court move that Trump was trying to make. So I don't know. I don't know if they have to wait till January. I don't know, but that's worth researching.
We need to know that.
But you know, again, it's going to be like IHOP. We're going to be flipping shit all over Washington. Just, you know, put your seatbelts on.
Just flip it.
I mean, I saw a list of about 8 Senate seats that look like they're in the bag, and then a couple of undecideds. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Jamie Harrison. I saw the debate with Ossoff. He's amazing. I mean, anybody with a brain should be able to figure this out this year. You know, and the truth be told, Trump ain't running for nobody but Trump.
Oh, he ain't have nobody.
You don't see him giving speeches with nobody but himself.
That's it. That's why he told the woman, come on, give you 1 damn minute. Come on. That was ridiculous. You're a loser. And he's not trying to help anybody, which should further tell people something.
He's disgusting.
You know what I mean? Why would you want... Remember, Denise, I told you to remind me, because I said he was acting like he wanted to lose.
Nah. He wants to win because he don't want to go to jail. He can hide behind Putin. Stay your ass in Russia. I could care less because we're going to freeze your money in America.
And take your damn wife with you. I thought she was through something. I hope you stay married to her ass forever. I really do, because she deserved you. I was feeling bad for her till she started speaking. Shut your mouth. You make me sick.
What's like a feud with Stormy Daniels talking about?
Yeah, she need to be best. She need to be best.
Both of y'all naked?
Come on now.
I know I seen the first lady naked, and I know we seen Stormy Daniels naked. You know.
I know that she was hot because she wasn't a part of the first wife. You know the where they have the show that comes on CNN. I'm like, what kind of depth do you have that they want to do a show with you?
What she got to say?
I mean, what she do? All they gonna do trace you back to when you was straddled that lady or something? What they gonna do? You get what I mean? Come on now, really, seriously. So, guys, let's keep it real. Y'all need to vote. I don't know what we got to do to make it even any. I'm praying for you, and I handle my business. So I don't know what to tell you, but do it. Do it. And it's liberating. I don't care what nobody say. You do feel like you kicked them in the balls. You feel like I got him. I did something. Because in this day and time of 2020, you will have to face your kids or your grandkids. And you will have to tell them the story and what you did about it. Because what you didn't do. Because I promise you, those people that were marching during the civil rights movement had no idea of the history. They were so caught up in what they needed done. They no longer want to be oppressed. They no longer want to be a second-class citizen. I don't want to give you my money and go to the back of a bus and I'm tired. I don't want to give this woman a seat because she just came out of a little cafe or something and I've been working 15 hours. And I done gave you my money. They wasn't thinking about history. They were thinking about just a better tomorrow. Just one day at a time, making it better one day at a time. So get your ass up and quit being selfish and get out. Yes. And be the number one shit talker, though.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You be the number one shit talker, but ain't done a damn thing. They had a lady out there, 102 years old. And she said, I had to get out here. I had to do this. It's something I had to do. They had another woman, 80. She said, all my friends, she was from New York. She had that New York accent. I told them, well, if you're going to talk about it, hey, get out and do something about it. And that's what I came to do. And I knew she wasn't there for Trump by the way she spoke.
Right.
Tell the people something. Shit, I'm mad at them. I need them voting.
Like I said earlier, I want you to vote for like your life depends on it. You know what I mean? This country's been through so much pain, you know what I mean, that we really can't afford to go through another 4 years, of the racial tensions that we have been dealing with. The black community, when it comes to black men being shot by the police, and this administration has done absolutely nothing to stop it. Talking about law and order. Meanwhile, like I said last show that we did, we have a 17-year-old that gets to walk around with an AK-47 down the streets and the cops give him water.
And we still ain't heard nothing about that case. Go ahead, Cindy.
That is a problem here in this country that needs to be addressed, and it needs the administration to do something about it. Because there's black mothers out there that are scared to death, that they don't know whether their sons are going to come home at night. That is a fear that no mother should ever have to do. So that is on the ballot.
It's on the ballot.
If anything, vote for that.
It's
vote
on
for
the ballot.
Justice to be done for these police officers that are killing people.
Come on, Cindy.
Shooting them in the back. But had it been a white person, they give each and every. They give each and every opportunity.
Oh, you had the video footage when the man told the lady she was scared. He said, no, we not going to shoot you. You white. We only shoot the blacks. Y'all forgot that video? He got fired, remember? We only shoot the blacks. Yes, officer that said that to a white lady. She was drunk. She was scared.
It's time. It's time. You know, I look at Trump's term as like this big cyst. All the poison that's been undercover in America has now come up. And this election is like lancing it, getting rid of it, you know? And we got a lot of healing to do. We have a lot of dialoguing to do, because a lot of white grievance is based on fear of being overlooked or somehow robbed of an opportunity. Lots of times when you hear them talk, they're like, oh, all you want is free stuff. They don't understand nothing. They don't understand nothing other than they need to feel like they're more than somebody else. And that's a sickness. We got a lot of work to do, because we can't forget they're out there. We got to find a way to talk to them too. But first, we got to win. So we better vote. Get the upper hand on this shit. Then we can turn around and start the healing process. But you can't heal by dismissing. You got to extend yourself.
Did y'all hear?
You got to extend yourself. You can't. I know Trump supporters, you know. Yes, I've gotten all off my Facebook page. But as soon as Biden wins, I'm going to invite him back on.
Did y'all hear? She going to let him back in. She going to let him back in. She got to start helping him heal.
Yeah, we got to have a dialogue, because I believe a lot of them are angry. They got fooled. They thought he was about something he wasn't about. They got fooled. This Republican woman was on TV talking about, I'm so embarrassed. She said, I feel homeless now. I have no political community to be a part of.
Yes, you do. We'll welcome you right in with open arms. We love him. We understand him.
Well, there's a whole bunch of, the woman said there's a whole bunch of reform Republican groups starting. Go join one. You don't have to be without a political home. I don't need them to agree with me about choice. I just need them to not stop me from having it.
Come on now.
I need for them to agree with me about same-sex, people have same-sex marriage. I just need them to not stop me from having it. I don't need their agreement. I just need them to stop blocking other people's happiness. Get your judgment and take that shit home. Nobody needs it. You live with you. I don't want to live in your head. I don't want to live with your judgment. Vote.
Oh, that was Smarley said. That's like James Brown said, I don't need nobody to give me nothing to open up the door. I get him my damn self.
That's right.
And that is, but quit blocking the damn doors.
With your judgment.
Come on. I put something up the other day about that judgment damn thing. Because you'll be, and you the main one, ain't married, but you got a boyfriend or you got a girlfriend, y'all sleeping together, you know what I mean, in church, whatever. And the thing about it is, I got 2 or 3 people from K. Michelle, you know what I mean, the Tupac, all, but that's God's job. It's hard enough for me to be Dion 24/7, 365 days of the year. It is hard as hell. I can't add you to it. Huh?
Full circle. I want to give you one more thing to yell about, and then we can go off.
Okay, what's that?
That once Chelsea Handler talked to 50 Cent, he's like, okay, I don't support Trump anymore.
Girl, why you fuck with me? I sure saw that shit. Because you know I put something up about that, and I tried to stay good about it too, because I love everybody. I do. And this ain't against you, Chelsea. It ain't. You can't help this shit. You can't. Yeah, you can't help this shit. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you in. See, some of y'all young folk don't know nothing about Harlem Nights. I do about the movie. When they sent Sunshine in there, she fixed everything. You know what I mean? Throw it up in the air. But Chelsea, if that motherfucker vote and he vote for Biden,
right?
You my dog. Because I know we couldn't, Vivica wouldn't have been able to do a motherfucking thing about this. Vivica would have got her ass clapped back on. That's what says me, I'm going to leave with this, 50 Cent, because they said you a petty motherfucker. Well, I'm a petty bitch. So I'm gonna be petty as fuck and sitting there. I'm gonna need you to help. I'm gonna K Michelle this motherfucker. I'm gonna need all my hoes. You know what I mean? I'm calling all of them. Don't cry no more. I'm coming at 50 right now. You let us know for hints who you really stomped for. When you did make that statement, because you did retweet your statement. You wanted to try to talk about Al Pacino in he quoted him. For all I know, well, fuck him. Huh?
Scarface?
Yeah, in Scarface. You try to be funny about it, but you flipped that shit. You never clapped back on this girl. You didn't do anything. You are a slave, my brother. You are not free. You are not free. You even broke up with her on friendly circumstances. So, to quote Mario Van Peebles,
love him.
As he said, Malcolm, when he said by any means necessary, he was not. Trump ain't nothing but a thug like y'all. He just white. Y'all treat y'all women the same, do all of this. But that's you right. treated that woman like a queen. Mm-hmm. You did. You did that. But as every sister that I run into, even the ones that just say something to you, you have something negative you want to say. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? What kind of man would sell his own people out? COVID is coming around and rapid, and you know it's in the black and brown community. What kind of man are you? Please come at me. Please come at me. Because I've been dealing and walking with low lives, as the woman said. I know a rat when I see one.
Rat.
That's what I'm saying. Come on. Because I got some poison for you. I got some damn decon.
I knew that would get us, Cindy.
Anyway, guys, we gonna let me. I'm going back high, Michelle. I'm going back high. I'm going high. I'm going high right now. I'm going to go high. I promise. It's in me. I can do it. Anyway, guys, again, vote. But I got my girls here. I want to thank them again. Ask them to start with me with this from the beginning. Seems like forever, and we are still stomping and doing it, but we also do it, and they do it as well because we love you. And we care about what's going on in our country. Cindy is preaching. She's putting flyers out. People are getting mad. But I know, Cindy, I know she doing it. And I know she don't give a damn about them getting mad. Because what she's saying is this should already be in the bag. This plan should have been made 3 years ago.
There you go.
The day he won. When Lincoln put their plan together. Black people should have had their plan. When we wouldn't have had no 50 Cent and Ice Cube bringing their raggedy ass all up in this shit. Let's get some plans. Now, the only thing that we can do is show up and vote.
That's right.
And if it takes 15 hours, it's one goddamn day of your time. Compared to the rest and everything that we've listed that's on the what?
Ballot.
On ballot. So, guys, we're going to leave out this building. 50 Cent might be sending somebody to look for me, but I ain't worried. I got more balls than he do. So, I ain't, you know. And I don't mean that because I love being a woman. I just mean we women are ballsy.
That's right.
Because we are. Because we carrying this thing. So, take it how you want. My thing about this is I'm going to send out blessings and prayer for my best friend and her father. I pray for his healing. And I ask God to forgive me of my sentences mouth. And make sure that you take care of my best friend and her father and my young cousin CJ, who was in a car accident and he's in a coma. Help that young baby. I don't even think he's 21 yet. And bless and take care of his mother, who's going through it. Because of COVID, she can't be by her baby's side. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? He was in a horrible accident. So I am praying and asking God to deliver him and heal him and bring him back to us. So in that, for everybody, I am going to be we're going to leave out of here with a little bit of my girl Deborah Cox, who got with Tamia, and they did Count on Me. Because I want everybody to know that we got to have to be able to count on each other through this election. So we come, Denise Harris, knowledge. Cindy Davis, knowledge. And they're powerful women, and we bring the power. But they show up and show out of love because they know that love is everything. It's all that we have. It is everything. So tonight, with love, I say, and then Denise and Cindy say they want, they say walk out and hit an exit out. Get your raggedy ass up and go out and vote. Because if I find out your ass didn't vote, don't cross me. Because I'm beat your ass out of love. Number love for you. What y'all got for him, Cindy? What y'all got for him?
Do the right thing. They know,
Y'all make my girl smile. Still looking for a husband. I mean, a boyfriend first. I want to have a boyfriend. We got a date and everything. I'm going to make her enforce the 2-month rule and all this. But I am still looking for a good-looking, handsome man for my girl, Cindy, okay?
With a job. With a big
job and a big pocket of money. Not because she's a money-hungry person. She worked hard for the money. My girl got it going on. Only because you should come that way.
That's right.
That's all. That's all.
Your vote is your voice.
Come on. Your vote is your power.
Use it.
Cindy?
It's an amazing feeling.
It's everything. Good night, everybody. We out. Get your bye, girls. Bye, my girls. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Friendship that will never end.
When you are weak, I will be strong, helping you to carry on.
Call me, I will be there.
Don't be afraid. Please believe me when I say, count on. I can see it hurt you. I can feel your pain. It's hard to see the sunshine through the rain. Oh,
I know sometimes it seems as if it's never gonna end, but we'll get through it. Just don't give in. You can
count on me through thick and thin.
A friendship that will never end.
When you are weak, I will be strong, helping you to carry on.
Call me, I will be there.
Don't be afraid. Please believe me when I say, count on.
There's a place inside of all of us where our faith and love begins. You should reach to find the truth and love, the answers there within.
I know that life can make you feel it's much harder than it really is, but we'll get through it. Just don't give in. Count me through thick and thin. Friendship that'll never end.
When you are weak, I will be strong.
I will be strong.
Helping you to carry on.
Call me, I will be there.
I said,
Don't be afraid. Oh, baby.
And when I say, count on,
count on,
count on,
count on,
count on,
count on. You can count on me. Oh, yes, you can. Ooh, oh, yeah.
They say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. what you make it. Well, I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. Oh, oh, oh. They say life is what you make it, yeah. Well, I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. They say life is what you make it. Well, I'm a legend in the making.